Hello, everyone. I'm Kirk Steven, and welcome to Subnautica. Let's get back into the game here. Okay, so in the last episode, we discussed the fact that we were following the storyline, and at this point, if you're a newer player, you would need to go and search around and try to find what the next step is. And there's still some things we need to explore up here on the top side. But as someone who has played this game several times to its completion, I have learned little things that have helped me be able to kind of expedite to get to the lower levels. Kind of like what we did where we had the Degrassi thing down at the 300-meter level and we got the magnetite. Now we're going to go to close to 900 meters underwater. It's going to put us in close proximity to a couple of the alien places, and we're also going to set up shop down there just to kind of expedite things. If you're a newer player or whatever, I highly recommend build everything. Build a scanner room, build the Cyclops, do whatever. Everything you do is based on you trying it and whether or not you're going to like it or not. This just happens to be the way that I've come about to playing this. So on this particular run, we're recording this, but usually if I want to play, we will do a run like this. No, it's not going to let me do it. Okay. There it goes. Wrong tool.
Welcome aboard. All systems online.
Okay. So we're going to go in here to our markers. We're going to make sure that we have two very important markers set up. It's Life Pod 3 and Life Pod 2. And we're going to change the colors to be the same. And they're both lit up. Okay. Oops. Oop. There's Life Pod 3. There's Life Pod 2. Now, over time, you will go all around and you'll go into the deep ends of the water, and we all meet up with our buddy, the Leviathan, with the multiple tentacles in his face, and he's such a joy. He likes to eat sea moss and destroy our runs and do all those fun things we love. So in playing this, I kind of stumbled upon what I would call safe passage, where you can get to the deeper ends of the map without having to deal with too much in the way of predators. And these two life pods kind of give us a path to follow. There's also some more wreckage we need to go into because there's still some tools we don't have completely, but this is going to get us a place to maneuver to as we go looking for more information about the aliens that used to inhabit this planet, and in seeking a cure to the virus. Like I mentioned in the last episode, I don't particularly care for the Cyclops, the submarine. It's a neat tool. It can have its points of importance in some aspects. Okay, brief interruption here. Now, you see where Life Pod 2 is at the 1,100 meters away. It's 500 meters down. We're going to follow this ridge right from this life pod straight to that life pod. So anyway, the Cyclops has some advantages. There's definitely some parts of it that are great to have, but for the most part, it's not needed. You can do without it, and I find it to be kind of slow and cumbersome. It's hard to charge the batteries until you get the ability to do the recharging. Good lord, you're just beating the hell out of the ship. Until you can recharge it with a heat source, kind of like what we're doing with the base now. But even then, you've got to park it close to a heat source. We're going to have to pull over and fix the ship. All right, so basically we're going to aim right for Life Pod 2. Continue downward. We continue downward. Until we reach a whole new biome. Now we do have one other predator down here. And he's quite a unique predator that he's not really that troublesome. You just gotta kind of stay away from him. But they have kind of like an electromagnetic pulse that will shut off all of your power. And I think it's one of the more creepier villainous predators. Right there. That was it. Let's see if we can see him. That green flash is what he does. And we missed it. He didn't hit us. But he is the creepiest looking video. Oh, there he is. He's up high, right there. He is so creepy. We're getting out of here. Hopefully we can move it before he strikes again. But he's a creepy dude. All right, let's go, let's go. Come on, Seamoth, move. We should be able to outrun him, and he will not go down into this deeper end because there's yet another bigger.
Scans show a nearby opening, leading to a biome with extensive fossilized remains.
So he'll stay up there. He won't come down this far. So we'll have to go check out Life Pod 2 here on the way out, and hopefully we'll avoid him because he'll kind of patrol all that. Oh, go away, jeez. Because as you can see, there's a lot more minerals down here, but they're all in the form that have to be drilled out with the prawn suit. And this is why we're doing this particular adventure right now. Same with this. This is nickel, and you'll need a lot of it, but you've got to mine it all. Okay, so there's one other big predator up here, and it's a ghost leviathan. And we'll scoot over here. We'll take a peek at him, and then I'll bring us back to where we came in. He's really not that dangerous. He's just really big. Where's he at? He should be right over here somewhere. There he is. He can cause us problems, but he's easy to avoid. But if you get up close to him, he's really big. He's really big. Alright. Now before we get too terribly lost in here, we'll get ourselves lined up. This is where we came in, right here, where Life Pod 2 is. And you're going to kind of follow along, essentially touching the left wall. And as you can see, there's a ton of materials down here, but you gotta mine them. There's stuff that's loose too. Alright, we're at 650 meters, and now we're gonna go straight down. There's some ruby. We'll pick up some of that on our way back. We're loaded to the gills right now to build this base. There's some more materials right there. Like I said, there is some loose pieces we can grab, but not a lot. And then we're going to go down again. I'll take us below the methane. Do you see? Look at all the materials. This is gold and nickel and silver. But we're right now in a methane river that is super cold because at pressure it flows like water instead of gas. And if you touch this, if you get out of the thing, it'll pretty much kill you right away. But there's also volcanic vents like this here. And this is where we're going to get our power from. So we just need to find a good spot to set up shop. And I'll take us and show us around. Now we're right at the cusp as far as we can go. As you can see, we're just a few meters away from crush depth. This chasm right here continues that way, goes further down, and leads to the lava beds that we will go to, where these vents all come from, and it'll eventually get us down to around the 1,500 meter level, somewhere between 13 and 1,500. So this is as far as the sea moth can go, and we will need to go in that direction. So we're going to set up a base of operations here. And this is a nice little spot. There's not really any predators. These little fish here will attack you, but they don't really cause any serious amount of damage. And we will be getting a defensive thing for the sea moth at some point. Alright, and here's one of the leviathans. It's an artifact, a fossil. Now we just floated through one of those heat vents, and you can see we got red there. And our temperature is almost 70 degrees Celsius. Okay, leave us alone. Alright, we need to find a place to fix the sea moth before she gets any more beat up. We'll go over here out of the way. That's why it's always good to carry the repair tool.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now, just before we do this, as you can see, there's more ruby, there's lithium, so there's stuff to mine here. But if you notice here, here's some more alien technology. And this is the other important part about where this location is. It leads you to where you need to go, but it also leads you to another open chamber and a piece of alien technology that sank from the depths.
This alien structure appears to have collapsed to the sea floor.
So we'll need to explore this as well, and it'll give us more information on... Okay, now this little creature right here is out to get us. Needless to say. Perfect proof of the pudding. They are trying to protect the planet. Let's hope I can do this fast enough. Come on, get in. Oh. Not good. Not good at all. Well, that was fun. Okay, so there is a very good example of me being overconfident and being able to try to get away from that creature. This is why you have to keep the story going and try to find a cure for the disease. That particular creature is both alive and machine, and is been put in motion by one of the tablets that we listened to about us being a threat, and they're hunting us down to try to do away with us. And so that encounter is exactly what happens. And this is why I didn't do this on hardcore, on this run because I haven't played this in a while, but there's just proof in the pudding. Now, the unfortunate part is our sea moth is way down there. So, it'll be fine down there, hopefully. Hopefully it won't get chewed up. It wasn't in too busy an area. The creature that dealt with us didn't really do anything to the sea moth, and we did repair it just beforehand. So let's go ahead and eat that. And I'll tell you what, we need the blueprints now. And I would say at this point, if we can build the prawn suit, we'll go ahead and build the prawn suit, because that was the next step anyway. The first step was to build the base. The second step was to come back up here and then build the sea prawn, or the prawn suit rather, and then come back and do some more exploring. But we don't need these right this second, and we have all the materials for them. Okay. So we need 2 arrow gel, 2 diamond. We've got the enameled glass. To make the plastic, we need lithium. So we need some more lithium. And 1 more aerogel. All right, let's see what we've got here. This will be a good recovery. But then we're going to have to get together the necessary things to build the base. So we need 1 of those. And that's why we were going to do it that way. We're going to build the base, get ourselves established, come back up here, gather these materials. So we're just going to be gathering these materials ahead of time, and making this prawn suit. And then we'll go hop, skip, and a jump down there, go get our sea moth, and then ooh, we don't have any ruby. That means no aerogel. That will make life more fun. We may have to make a sea moth. Okay, we got the diamonds. We just need aerogel. Interesting. Okay, well. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Alright, where is the sea moth? Well, the sad thing about it is the sea moth, we'll have to build all the modules to make it go deep down, so I wonder where I could go to get some rubies without. Because if we do this, then we have to make the depth deals. We don't have enough oxygen to do. This is what I want to do, the defense thing. How are we going to play this? We need to do this too. This helps with hot and cold. Okay. Alright, well. What do we got in here? Do we have any aerogel somewhere? Lithium, diamond, copper, silver, gold, creepvine, lead. Nope. Those are ion cubes. Wow. Teeth, batteries. I guess if it got really desperate, we could disassemble this and it would give us that, but then we lose our ability to get water. Let's think through this here. Actually, you know what? I have somewhat of an idea here. Let's store all of this stuff here. Including the air gel. And let's go over here and get some food. Because we're getting really light. Okay. What do we need? I'm gonna get us in. Glass. 3 titanium. Okay. Grab 3 out of here. Well, if anything, you'll see how we work through a problem. Okay, so we need glass, titanium, and silver. Let's see if we've got silver. And we do have silver. And crystal. Got some more titanium over here. 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. Whoops. We need to make the glass. And we have to... I think that will build it for us now, right? Yeah. All right. Okay, so basically what this does is it gives us another 136 or 135 seconds of O2. Okay. Swap them back and forth. Now I do believe we can do an ultra high tank here, right? We need 4 lithium. Let's see if we've got the lithium to do this. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take extra air with us so that we can be under the water a little longer. And hopefully long enough to get at least 1 ruby. Okay. Let's see what this does for us. Fill that up with air. So 225 and another 135. And we could build that one up further, but I think that's enough. At least if we run out of air, we know we've got a little bit of an emergency to get back up. So Sea Glide will help. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to the Degrassi site over here. So what I'm going to do is find that location, and then we'll surface for oxygen. So it's right there. And we're going to take a quick run down here and see if we can't find a ruby just real quick. Try to stay close to the wall so I can keep my bearings here. The rebreather will help. And we don't want to get too far. Worst case scenario, we die. and we end up back at the base. But we don't want to do that. We don't want to have to die and start over. My hope is that we can find some rubies relatively close. And if this doesn't work, I have one other spot I think that might help us with the rubies. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find any. Just take that though. Yeah, I think this is where all the magnetite is. Alright, let's go up. I don't think we're going to find a ruby unless it's going to be along the wall here. They generally attach themselves to the wall. We'll just take a peek right here and see if we can catch one. Now the other one that we could probably exploit is... where are you? Okay, we'll grab these because we need more materials anyway. But the other one that we can exploit for rubies would be that other life pod, and I think it's life pod 17 where we found the crash site. So let's see if we can light that one up. This one, 19. Let's make it green. Yeah, that one there. All right. We're gonna try that one. Because that was the point at which we found a few rubies in that, but hadn't quite gotten to the 300 meter level with the moth. We had to take it to 200 meters and then swim down to that further depth. So once we get more on top of it and can go straight down, we'll take a big gap of air and head in. We'll kind of count it. Far easier to make the prawn suit and take it down there. Here we go. It'll be easier to make the prawn suit because we need to make that anyway, and we take it down. And even if we don't get it to where it'll go down to 1,500 feet, as long as we can get it to 900 feet and salvage the sea moth and build the base, we'll have accomplished what we were going to do anyway. So we go through diamonds. So this is where we found some rubies earlier. Let's see if we can find any more. There we go. Shed some light on the situation. This is yet another little neat thing here. Another alien piece of technology. Oh, here's what we're looking for. Thank goodness. Okay. There's a couple of them. We're going to grab what we can. We're still doing good on oxygen. Tell you what, we'll grab you too, because we can use that as well. Another ruby. Because we need it for the glass. Another ruby. Alright. Use this. Another ruby over here. Alright. Just take a quick peek. Okay. Couple more seconds. One more here. I mean, we're here. We might as well try to maximize our dive. $90 seconds. All right. I'm going to grab one more of these because these help make the arrow gel. I know we've got them farmed. There's one more ruby. All right. Straight up to the surface. If we run out of oxygen, we have another tank. But I think we'll be fine. We probably, with the 2 tanks, could, if we did it as quick as possible, take the Sea Glide and make it to the Sea Moth. Alright. Where's our home at here? Alright. So those little purple creatures will make a very distinct sound. And so you're constantly kind of listening for that sound. And if you hear it in the distance, you know that they're closing in on you. And you need to get away from them. We couldn't get away from them quick enough. Had we had the little defensive perimeter around the sea moth, you would be able to ward them off a little bit. If I would have been smarter about it, I would have used the Sea Glide to kind of lure them away and then back to the sea moth, and we would have probably not died. The other thing I could have done too was also taken a health thing, which I don't know if I had one with me or not, but mistakes were made. All right. I don't think we need to harvest any of our...
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Arrow gem. I'm just going to go ahead and make 2 because we needed the 1 to make the stuff downstairs, so... Alright. Let's go grab what we got here. We need these, and I think we need all of that. I'm leaving that behind. We need the 2 lead, okay. And now we can build the sea prawn. So let's get here. I'm going to put this equipment away. We need this. Let's put that away. We'll probably take this with us again in future dives. It does help a lot to have that as a backup. Okay. Let's go up here. In fact, let's go this way. Because when it makes it, it'll drop it in the water. At least it won't drop it 400 meters down. Alright. Deploy it. Climb aboard. Vehicles. Prawn suit.
It is normal when first piloting a prawn suit to feel a sense of limitless power. Prawn operators receive weeks of training to counteract this phenomenon. You will have to make do with self-discipline.
Back that away. Oh good, it didn't dump it down into the abyss. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright. Now you know why we put this thing on the edge here. Alright. Gonna line ourselves up. Oh, the other way. Okay. 1 sea prawn. Oops. 1 slippery deck. Alright. Now these crystalline sulfur things and the nickel ore is what we saw down below. So we won't be able to build these jets, which are very helpful. These jump jets are great. But we'll be able to build it once we go recover the sea moth and get all that stuff done. The thermal reactor is also a wonderful deal, because then when you're down in the lava zone, you don't run out of power. We'll be able to build that too. In fact, the way I was going by that alien deal, I was going to show you there's also a cave there that leads out to another section where you can actually bring the Cyclops into that section. There's a Ghost Leviathan in there, so you can kind of get close to him, and you can kind of park over a thermal vent and keep the Cyclops charged there with the thermal charging. But there again, it's clumsy to me. It's you got to really finesse it in there. What we really need is this depth deal. And look, I'm glad we grabbed more rubies, but it takes nickel, and that's going to probably cause some problems. So let's see. I don't remember how far down can we go with the prawn suit. Okay, we can go 900 meters on our own, so we don't need to worry about the depth module just yet. Okay, that's good. I couldn't remember if it was 5 or 9. That's fantastic. Okay, so we can get going here. Okay, that's for the second module. Okay. The Cryonite is where I was going to show you that tunnel that leads down. There's a little tiny spot of Cryonite that's available that you can reach with the Sea Moth and the Sea Glide. Because if not, then you have to go into the lava zone to get it, and it's not super easy to get. Alright, we need to take at least 1 or 2 of those. So we don't need to worry about... Is there room for this? No. Tell you what, take that out of there and put that in there. I'll move this over here. Okay. You know there's a ruby in here somewhere. Crystal, magnite, pick that up. Silver. Okay. Now, let's go back to what we did in the last episode. As we were gathering all the stuff to go make the base. Now we have to redo that. Now, this is really nice on that. This is really well. You got to have this. I don't normally do the torpedo arms. There is the torpedo arm is nice, but it's not the greatest deal in the world. What will really be helpful is the drill arms, and that will be also in one of the shipwrecks, which we will have to discover. So, wait. All right. So we don't want the Sea Moth. We want. Sorry, I'm going to scroll through this really quickly here. Alright, we want a moon pool. This and this. Alright, so we need to make sure we've got enough to do all of that. Most of that was in here. Okay. So we need ingots. We're going to need some more titanium for sure. Yeah. Alright. So this works, that works. We need lead and titanium. Let's go get a drink and something to eat. And we'll go find us some titanium. I think we have lead. Cool. Drink the salt. Drink the water. Double check, but I think we have lead already here. Further down. Lead. Oh, good. We do. We have the lead. Alright. Oh, do I have... No. I put it away. Alright. Now we can go. Let's go this way. Let's find the stalkers. They're always hanging out in the creep vines, and they're always gathering up this wreckage anyway, so we could find a couple of them. There's one there. Here we go. These guys are always collecting this stuff for some reason. So if you find a gaggle of them together, you'll find wreckage. And teeth. There's another piece over here. Oops, there's one right here too. I think I saw something. I guess I thought I saw one over here. Alright, we'll just grab these. Can always use more of that too. Okay. Oh, here's some more stalkers here. I'll have some. What are you doing with it? There we go. Oh, inventory's full. Well, okay. I guess if we need some more, we'll know to come southwest. Oh, hush. A lot of bark, no bite.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
All right. I don't want to make ingots out of every bit of titanium we have, because we are going to need some other stuff. Okay, so we have everything we need to make what we originally went down to do. Tell you what though, just on the in case, let's change the battery out on that. And I still want one of these. We're gonna plant that downstairs. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay. We're gonna take our fairly unmodified prawn suit for a walk. And you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about with it being cumbersome. Now, when we add the jump jet modification to it and the drill arm, this thing will be a lot more useful, and it'll be a lot more useful down in the lower depths than up here. Now, if you go to the front of the Aurora, there's some areas where you have those bigger deposits, and it can be helpful to be able to dig that stuff up, but you can always build another one and leave it up here too. But when you have to go down to this deeper level where we were and then come back up in this thing, it's so long and drawn out. And as you can see, it's just a big underwater freaking alien spacesuit. And what we'll try to do is, as we get back on track, what we were doing. In fact, I don't even see the sea moth anymore. Oh, there it is. I was like, oh no, we lost the sea moth. It wasn't as safe as I thought it would be. Okay. Yeah, the little jump jet will help tremendously with covering the ground, as you can jump over a lot of these terrain issues. And then if you work it in concert with another apparatus you can put to it, which is a grappling hook. So you use the jump jet and the grappling hook, can huge boon to moving around. Alright. But this is part of the other reason why this works so well with this little ridge line, because if not, we'd be traipsing around the bottom, having to work around potholes, so to speak. And with this, it's pretty straightforward, because once you get to the very end, you just jump off and there you go. You just sink. Oh, hush. Whole bunch of stuff over here. Now you can grab stuff with the grapplers. You can pick stuff up. Like we want to pick that up. We can pick it up. So that'll be the nice thing too. What we can do is, as we're working our way towards the bottom to go grab the sea moth, we can pick up some nickel and stuff that's in the methane river there. And if we had the drilling rig, we'd be able to drill this big old chunk of gold. Okay. Almost to the end of the line. Okay. And again, this is what I was talking about. Using LifePod 2 as a goal, as a marker, you can navigate. Go away. Alright. It works good with the drill arm. That's also your defensive thing. But you can punch at them too. Okay. So now we're going to kind of go a little bit to the left here, because we know that if we're right there, we got a long ground to cover. And we don't want, you know, the little GE light bulb thing knocking out our power. And I'm using the jump jet. That's what that little purple line is over by where the mechanical is. I'm kind of pushing it ever so slightly here and there as we drift down, you know, going forward. And as you can see, there's the neat little tentacle forest, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they call those things. But there's for the life pod. And we want to kind of go that direction right there. Away from the life pod, and aim ourselves towards that cave opening. This way. Now we're going to use up a lot of the jump jet juice. I'm trying to raise altitude as we continue to slide down. At some point we'll run out and we'll have to walk a little. But I'm trying to drift in as far as I can. Oh. Coming for you, Astrid. We're coming for you. Took a slight detour. Okay. Alright, so what do we got here? Nope, won't tell us. Alright. We'll take the lithium. We don't really need lithium. What we really need to find is the nickel, and we need to find the sulfur. Now this is sulfur, and we'll take one of those. And we're going to kind of go towards where the Astrid sea moth is. And we'll kind of look through the hazy layer here. There's some more lithium. Oops. Now the storage on the back of the sea moth isn't huge. You could probably hold maybe 12 to 15 items. Okay, we don't need any of that right at the moment. The sulfur will be helpful because that works for the depth module. Come on, pick it up. And we need nickel. Not really worried about the magnetite. Now the one other thing we need to remember is that once we go off the edge here, coming back out this way is nearly impossible as we stand. Without the extra jump jet and without the grappling hook, it's really hard to go this direction and escape. You can get out of here. Here's a way to do it, but it is not an easy task at present. So that's the other reason why we want to leave this thing down here. We'll build those items because we'll be able to collect that stuff down here. I know exactly where there is some nickel if we don't find any along the way. There's a lot of stuff on the walls we haven't collected either. Boom. And down the next step. Alright. Now before we go saving the sea moth, we're going to build the base first. Okay. Yeah. Go away. Alright. When I do this, I tend to build it either right about here so that it overhangs into this, or over on the other side where I'm pointing with the circle. Either way works. There's no one better place than the other. I like this little area here because there's two other caves out of here. The one we came down with the waterfall. There's one that leads this way, and then the one that where the sea moth is. And they lead to different parts of the underwater area. So let's see. Let's get out of here. All right. And I think just for safety sake, because of the heat, we're going to build over here. So we want to build the moon pool. And we want to build it up just high enough that we can get all of our toys underneath it. Okay.
emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Okay. I wanted to see if we were leaking or not. I mean, we're at pressure. If we add even one tube to this, we will probably lose our ability to keep the structural integrity here. And we don't have anything to fix that, so we don't want to do that. So we're going to go back over to the prawn suit. We're going to fill up our oxygen tank. Let's take a drink.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay. Let's get back out. Alright, now we're going to take a little bit of damage. But we want to get this thing set up as high as we can. To get the best thermal we can. You don't take a ton of damage. As you can see, we're not like dying instantaneously. Okay, so what are we getting? 66, so not great, but not bad. We don't need a ton of power down here. Take the stuff out of storage. And let's get back inside the prawn suit. Okay, now we need to build those little power things to get the power over there. So, got to get it to line up. Do it down here? Nope, too far. Come on. Okay. You can hear it coming on. I'm going to make a second one just to be on the safe side. And you can hear the computer talking. And so now our moon pool is alive and well. And we can get underneath here.
Welcome aboard,
And off.
Captain.
Okay, so now the prawn is charging. We don't have to worry about it running out of power. We'll heal it. Okay. And now it'll charge, and with 250 units, whatever you want to call it, of power, we'll be good to go. Now the other item to build down here is definitely to build a fabricator, which we can do. We have the tools to do that. What we need is hopefully an item we brought with us, which is the knife. Let's put that in 5. Okay. Alright. Now we're going to take some heat again. But we've got a little of this down here. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Alright. Fabricator. Alright. Now we can build stuff down here. That'll be helpful for when we need to do anything in the way of building something we broke or whatever. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to plant our tree. So now we'll have food down here and a little bit of moisture. In time, we'll build on a observation room, and we'll put in a water filtration system down here too, so we'll have water down here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use a health. And I think with that, let's go and chase down the sea moth. hopefully we won't see any of those purple things. But if not, we'll make sure that we try to take that little health thing, because I don't think I had one with me, or I probably would have noticed it in the inventory there. And I was thinking this episode was going to run about an hour to about an hour and a half long, because to do both of these items, to build the base and the prawn suit and get it all down there, was going to take a while.
Broadcast. Linguistic analysis reads, caution, hazardous materials and life forms contained within.
Yeah, no, that's that purple thing we want to stay away from. We've got no defense against her. Alright, let's get out of here. Now, let's see if we can get lucky with the cryonite. Now we're heading away from where we built the base. There's the prawn suit. If we go back this way, there's that alien deal. Heading down this tunnel leads us out of the deeper end. This will eventually lead out. This is where you can bring the Cyclops. You can actually maneuver it down here. It's like I said, it's a little tight to get it in here, but you can maneuver it. So what we're going to be looking for in here, what I'm hoping we'll find, is some nickel. We need nickel for the depth deal. But if we don't find any right away, that's not a big deal, because the other thing we need is cryonite. And that we can find over here, I believe. But it's in kind of a really weird spot, as we have to deal with him. Another ghost Leviathan. So what I like to do is park myself close to the ground where we're a little safer. And then right below him is an area that goes deeper, which we can't go. We're at 886, so we're going to have to get out and use the Sea Glide. Alright, he's kind of ways away. Let's grab the Sea Glide, and we head down. Now, I used to have to fight to get the cryonite because you had to go in the prawn suit. But we may not be able to get very far with this either. We need that other suit. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to do this. Okay. And I just heard that noise, which means we have company. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright. So we need to build that protective suit to get down there. I thought it wasn't quite as deep as it was, but you should be able to find some cryonite down there. If not, then you have to go into the lava zone, and we definitely need some other pieces of equipment on the prawn suit to make that happen. So I'm not going to worry about the ruby. What I want to right now is nickel. Nickel and sulfur. And I really don't want to stay too close to this habitat right now, because we're trying our best to get the materials to get the prawn suit deeper. And it's really cool down here. Okay. There's where our little base is. That's the tunnel out for the alien deal. Okay. So let's give you, there's our base. If you come up here and head east, you'll go out. We can also go south. This will lead us out as well. This will also lead us to a spot where we'll have another one of those four-eyed light bulb looking characters. But it'll also lead us to where there is some...
Terrain scans indicate this biome contains unusually high concentrations of organic and fossilized remains.
Will also lead us to some nickel. And if you'll notice, these are not rocks. These are the bones of something bigger than we have seen yet. A very large Leviathan. You see he's got the green spots. Look how big this bad boy is. I'd like to see that coming around you. Okay, there is a ghost Leviathan over here, so there he is. I mean, he's big. Can you imagine this? I mean, this is like dinosaur stuff. Alright, we let him go by. And hopefully he's not behind me. I'm hoping we can outrun him. Okay. Okay, he's turned around. Okay, so now this is where we come to kind of a T in the road. I cannot remember which way to go from this point. I know it's you know, obviously one or the other, but one leads towards where I want to go with the silver and that, or I mean the nickel, and the other one leads out. So I'm going to go towards this other Leviathan head because I think this is where we want to be. I could be wrong. Because there's also another alien habitat close by. And, yep, there he is. I knew there was somebody over here. There he is. He's such a fun guy. He is the creepiest one, I think. The Reaper Leviathans are scary, but these guys are creepy. They're just... Alright, so we're going to get out. We're going to grab all of this ruby, and there's some nickel over here that we're going to grab. There's also an alien thing over here that we can't get into because we have to get a tablet to get into it, which we have not gotten. But we'll need to be careful. There's one nickel. That's why they're creepy. They make the creepiest noises. What's really creepy is there's another habitat where you kind of have to like wait for him to move out of the way, and he makes those creepy noises, and it echoes throughout the little area, and it's just, like I said, it's just creepy. There another nickel? There we go. I think all we need was 3 for that one. But if we could find some more, we'll need more anyway for other stuff, but like all this stuff, this is that tease thing. They will tease you with just enough to get that first deal, and then you'll have to get more of it in using the prawn suit, or going you know, building that that protective suit so we can go beneath the the methane. So I don't want to get too in his line of sight. Now, if you follow this little line right here, this is like a power cable from the aliens. And then right down where that power cable goes, there's an entrance. And we'll need a tablet for that. And it'll be like a purple, red, and blue, I think. It'll be another color. So we'll have to... You have to do it in sequence and get the right tablet colors. I forget which one's which, and we may have to make some runs back and forth. And that's the other thing why the sea moth becomes such a important little travel thing, because you end up going back and forth to get things, because you'll forget the tablet or you'll forget this. Alright, we're going to probably get a little lost here, but I want to make sure there's no more nickel over here. Actually, I'm glad we got the prawn suit, because it's given us the ability to do a little bit of roaming around. Because normally, if you build a base and you don't put a beacon over here, you don't know where the base is. You get turned around in these areas, and you find yourself, you know, because little clues along the way, like this guy here. There's ways around them. There's the jaws of that big Leviathan. Sure in the heck wouldn't want him chasing me. Some more ruby. And again, you'll see there's a lot of stuff in here. There's a whole bunch of lithium. There's some more sulfur. All of this stuff will be mineable with the prawn suit, because you can stay underneath this methane and stay warm. But if we tried to get out right now, so much damage. Oh, stop. Some more sulfur we can't get. Well, that's crystal. I thought that was... Okay. It is so pretty down here. All right. Another rule of thumb too is that it's generally deeper. So if you know you're going the right way, if you're going down. Definitely head to the surface. Not bad. I think we got just enough nickel to make that depth deal. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Really? Go away. Let's repair this. Alright.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Hey, our tree's growing. Alright. We're gonna hop into this.
Captain.
Alright, now see, we have to be careful. We can't get out here. We're going to cause ourselves problems. So I'm going to park this thing essentially right here for the moment. We'll get back in the sea mod.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And we'll recharge it here for a minute. Oops. So we'll give this a minute to recharge. Let's see what else we can build. Can we build a locker? We can. Let's build a single locker. And let's see here. I'm going to leave these lithium here, because if we run into a situation where we need to build reinforcements, you got to have lithium and titanium. We're taking these up. We're taking those up. We'll leave this down here and that down here. We're going to drink the water. Oops. Drink the water. We're getting hungry. Don't think these things are ready yet. We're at 87%, so I don't know if I can put any food here. That's the other thing. We're getting light on. Oh yeah, that's right. We cured that. Fantastic.
Calorie intake recommended.
I was just getting to that before you hollered at me. Okay.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Thank you. Alright, we're at 84%. We've got plenty to get back. I figured at 66 it wouldn't hurt to get it back up. So let's do one last thing here, and we can turn off our build deals. So we don't need that. We don't need that. And we don't need the moon pool. Now at some point we may build like this multi-purpose gas dome, or we might build this, and we'll have to do some reinforcements, but that'll give us the ability to do water down here. What we really need to work on is this. And this. So that. Nickel and ruby, and we need this. So we need a couple more nickel if we can find them. The other thing we need to also discover is the drill arm and the grappling hook. That will require us to have to go through and find some more wreckages, which I know where a couple of them are, but we definitely want to, we're going to definitely want to do that. So there's a purple tab, but there's a blue and an orange, I think, and we'll need to get those as well. So we'll leave those out. The depth module is more important than the jump jet, because if we leave the prawn suit here, we won't have to worry about the grappling hook just yet. At some point we will, because when we get to where we're going in this direction, towards where the lava deal is, you almost have to have the grappling hook, so we got to go find that. Alright, let's get over here. Alright. So we still got some work to do. But what I was hoping to accomplish in this episode is accomplished. We were going to build a base down here, which is going to give us a base of operations. I like this spot because of the centrally located it is. As you can see that, you know, like one of the alien things is here. The other one's not far away down the tube to the south. We have a way in and out that's very safe by going up through the waterfall. And then when the time comes and we get all our pieces together, we'll be able to head towards this really glowing pretty tree right here. And that will lead us to the area called the lava area, lava pits. The lava zone. So I like this spot here for this kind of setup. So now if we decide we want another prawn suit up at the top, we just build another prawn suit. But when we get the drilling rig and the grappling hook going, we'll be able to get more nickel. We'll be able to get more supplies that we need down here. And then we'll just shuttle it back and forth with the sea moth here. And we'll end up building under the sea moth as we get a little further along as well. So I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and grab some more of this stuff as we run into it. As we head out. So essentially right now we're going to head back to the main base, and I think that's where we'll cut the recording, and we'll start gathering up the materials we need for let's see if we can't snag you here real quick. Oh, you didn't need to come back. Alright. Yeah, I knew you'd tag me, you little bastard. Okay. Want to take advantage of grabbing some more of that sulfur. But there's also one other thing that I want to grab here. And as you can see, there was a long climb up. And without the grappling hook, you really can't get out of here. The jump jet just doesn't have enough oomph. Actually, can you? Before I get hit? Okay, good. I need all that extra space. Alright. We're going to leave anything else behind except for we want one of these blood gems here. I forget exactly what they call them. They're on these white columns here. You can harvest these. We want one of these. We want more than one of these, but we'll take one. Blood oil. Now, grab as many as I can grab. They're very big in the inventory. And I think we can plant these. I have room for one more? No. Okay. The blood oil becomes very, very important towards making the defense perimeter for this thing. But we also need one other item, and that is this right here. These we can grow. I think that's all the room we have, yeah. We could lose the crystal, I guess. I'd rather go up there with more of this. Alright. Crystal's easy enough to find. This is not. You can only get this down here. But we can grow this in our grow beds. Alright. We gotta be mindful of Mr. Four Eyes over here. But we should be able to evade him. And again, we're going to head right towards the shallows in Life Pod 2. And if we stay to the little ridge line, we will stay safe. We won't have too many problems. which was what happened the whole time when I used to play, in the early rounds when I played it. You always were getting attacked by something or chewed on by something, and it gets frustrating. So here, we're at the top of the ridge. And now basically we just follow this the same way till we get home.
Calorie intake recommended.
Okay. We're headed home. We'll eat. Should have water waiting for us. Worst case scenario, we'll get out and we'll use the knife on a peeper or something and eat it. Now see, these purple mushrooms are different than those ones that I got. Those are the deep acid mushrooms are important for making bleach. Or benzene, I think it is. Benzene is one of the chemicals you can make. Some more advanced chemistry. Hang in there, we're almost there. Now the two things that I would like to make for the sea moth are the sonar and the defense perimeter. You can make a charging deal where you get charged by the sun, but I've done that before and I don't see a big benefit to it. I mean, as you can see, we were at almost 100%. We made it from one spot to another. If you do the base thing and you bounce around from base to base, never a big deal. Okay. I'm gonna put a couple of those in there just for room so that I can grab some of this. Let's eat from this tree. Keep eating from that one.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Yeah. See, now by the time we get back down to the other moon pool, this tree will have grown. And as you can see, we were almost completely hungry, and it grew enough fruit to not only get us full, but it also hydrated us quite a bit. Get this emptied out and it'll get started again. And I'm going to get rid of one salt because we need to cure another fish at some point. Okay. Now, we want to plant these to get these going because we're going to need those. And I'm going to plant 2 of those. So now we'll have the ability to have the acid mushrooms, the deep mushrooms, and the blood oil available to us up here. We'll do something similar to that as well, because you can get these grow beds down there and you grow the creep vines, and that will give you access to the little pods for oil and lubricant, and the creep vines itself to make the mesh. So you kind of build a grow box in both of them. So I think this is that message that she was talking about earlier. Okay. Translation, please. Anything? Alright, so what we want... That's the Cyclops one. We want the one in this machine over here. Put that away. Prawn suit. Depth module. Okay, so we've got the... so we need to get a plastic ingot. That's going to be lithium and titanium. Oh, I guess we don't have any of that there. Lithium. Ooh, don't have much lithium either. That takes 2, so we're going to be short lithium. We're going to have to go on some lithium run. We could go into the Degrassi area for that. That was not a big deal. Alright, but while we're here... So we need polyaniline, I believe is how you pronounce that. And if I butchered it, I'm sorry. So let's see. How do we make the poly... I think it's gold and something else. Hydrochloric acid. Oh, okay, so we need gold and hydrochloric acid, but to do the hydrochloric acid, we need 3 of the deep shrooms and salt. So we have the salt. We need to let those other ones grow. And then we'll seed and regrow to get that. Alright, so that's not going to happen just yet. What about the sonar? Can we do the sonar? The sonar is copper wire and 2 magnetite. So let's build that real quick. 1, 2, copper, gold, copper. 1, 2. Copper wire, please. Alright, now the sea moth will have sonar, which is really helpful in navigating in those caves and stuff. Kind of see what's going on. Now we'll build that other piece once the acid mushrooms develop. And the benzene is with 3 of those, so I believe we had 1 more here. And the nice thing is we're growing 2 vines out there, so we'll end up with quite a bit of it. So, benzene. Put that away. So, that's right, it was in the other one. I keep rushing over that one. You know what? Let's... I think that other suit is over here, isn't it? No, it's not. I want that high protective suit because we want to be able to grab stuff in that cold environment. Reinforced dive suit, so synthetic fibers. Towards the top. The benzene. Reinforced suit. Synthetic fibers. Oh, that's right. The benzene and the fiber mesh. Or, yeah, fiber mesh. So... we don't need that on. And... you can take that off right now. Let's just concentrate on those 2. Okay, so we have the benzene. We just made it. And we have a creep vine. We have a fiber mesh. We have the stuff to make this. So make the synthetic fiber. And now what else do we need? 2 diamond, 2 titanium. Diamond. We've got that. Titanium, on the other hand, may be in short supply. Alright, let's go find some wreckage here. We need a bunch of titanium anyway, because we've got to get some plastisteel. Copper. There's 1 piece of titanium. Oh, look at you. You're just like hogging all the titanium over here. I'm gonna piss you off. Yeah, I knew that would make you mad. I don't think I grabbed him. I was gonna salt another fish. Here you go. How about you? Did I grab you? No, I didn't. Alright. You are the new cured fish. Right. Cure the fish. Alright, he goes back in the sea maw. Break down this stuff here. Keep going. Alright, let's build the suit now. Okay. Put the radiation suit over here, because we don't need it anymore. But the reinforced suit now will give us protections, especially against the extreme temperatures, so that will help us live with this. And this will be proof in the pudding. Now, you know, when we gone down here or close to the other thing, we start to get hot. Now, we can get a lot further down before it becomes a problem. Still gets hot, but it's more protected.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, let's... You know, we need to build one of those health things over here. I still only got those over at the other life pod. Let's take that. Let's drink you. Let's put you back. You were very helpful. Let's gather up our sulfur. Put you back. Alright. Oh. Did we not have everything? Oh, we have radiation gloves on. We didn't have on... I see. Okay. That makes sense. Here. Let's just move this out of here. We just didn't get everything. Ah, there we go. That's why we probably got hot. We didn't get everything. Let's get the sulfur out of here. So now we've got the reinforced. We're gonna need a couple of these anyway. Oh, well, let's go ahead and build one. We're gonna have to go find some more lithium, but we'll have that one built. That eats up a lot of space there. Alright, so let's put some of this stuff away here, because we don't want to lose this nickel and the sulfur. And we'll put this stuff away. We've got a spot for rubies and lead and stuff, so let's put that away properly. Rubies and lead, copper, and silver. Okay. Well, it's been a very long episode, and we've got a lot done. We kind of did it in an odd order, but we got it done. So now we have, if we take a look, right down there, we have a prawn suit, and we have a base down there. So now we can use this sea moth to travel back and forth, and as a little taxi, and then we'll do all our mining there. If we decide we need another prawn suit, we'll build one for up here. In the next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to either build a scanner room to help us find the items, or we're going to go to places that I kind of know where they are. We're going to go use the laser cutter, and we're going to break into some of these shipwreck areas, and that's going to give us some more of the blueprints we need to make some more items. What we're definitely looking for is the grappling hook and the drill arm for the prawn suit. That's what makes it very useful. And there's a few other items that we're going to need as we go forward. But we'll save that one for the next episode. And hopefully we'll be able to get some of that stuff done so we can start getting into the lava zone and going a little further with the story, because we're now located in a good spot to have a little base going there. We need to do a few more things. We need to build a health thing both down there and up here, and need to fine tune a few things, but we're getting really close to making the next step in the story, which we'll probably get to in the next episode. So until the next episode, I thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.